CBS News has partnered with the professional networking site LinkedIn for our series Work in Progress, where we look at issues facing the American workforce. This morning, we focus on how millennials are reinventing the traditional concept of employment. Millennials are estimated to make up more than a third of the workforce. A recent survey found 43% plan to quit their jobs within 2 years. Only 28% of millennials plan to stay in their current role for more than 5 years. We spoke to a number of millennials who left lucrative jobs in order to travel. They are living in places like Hawaii, France, and Washington State.
I was working at a luxury travel company.
I was a magazine editor.
One of the top sales guys in the company.
I was just constantly sitting behind a computer. All my work's done through email, and that was kind of when I got the idea, I can do this from anywhere.
Times are changing, and certain people, like myself, that just doesn't cut it.
I travel with my husband now, and it's truly, the best decision that we ever made.
We don't know what's coming any given day, but if you see life as an adventure.
The world's really changing. It's not just that traditional, you have to be in an office to make money. There are so many opportunities out there.
Maybe it's different for some of us. Maybe we don't need that American dream. Maybe what we need is a little bit different.
Chip Cutter is managing editor of LinkedIn. Chip, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
What's at the root of this trend?
Well, this really is a symptom of the job market today. People are voluntarily leaving their jobs at the highest rate since 2000. The hiring market is strong. There are now more open jobs than there are unemployed workers. So people who are thinking about quitting are saying this looks like a really good time to do so.
They have the confidence to do it.
They have the confidence to do it. They think they'll be able to get another job pretty easily.
But you read about millennials not saving, right? How are they able to afford quitting their jobs and traveling for a year?
This was the big question I had talking to people who had done this as well. And they said they really had to plan for this months in advance. And I think it's important to note that there are a lot of people who had to have student loans who just cannot do this. But some said that they saved, for instance, $2,000 a month to be able to travel. It depends on where you're going, what your plans are. Those who plan to travel throughout Southeast Asia might be able to do it cheaper than those who are going to Europe, for instance. But I think then there are a lot of different pathways too. Not everybody is taking a sabbatical on Bali. Some are quitting their jobs just to take another position somewhere else or take a higher paying job.
Is this only millennials that are doing this?
So we see this across the board, but I think it's important to note that there is a split. In some of the research we've done, we found that millennials are more open to consider multiple careers. We see kind of older generations perhaps a little bit more unlikely to do so. Some feel like they feel stuck in their careers, aren't exactly sure where to go next, but quitting could be an option to get out of there.
So if a millennial decides to do this and maybe just quit the job, take some time off for travel, when they go back into kind of I shouldn't say the real world, but you know what I mean, a more traditional workforce.
Yeah.
Could an employer be sort of like, I'm not sure this is the kind of person I want to hire?
Well, that is a lot of the people that I've spoken with, their fear. They say, how do I make sure that I tell this in a way that makes sense to employers?
Right.
I spoke with someone, she was working in investment banking. She quit her job. She traveled all throughout Southeast Asia. Now she's trying to get a job in sustainability. And she said that she's now using this travel experience as part of her story, that seeing that part of the world helped her better understand this field.
But if you're an employer, you want employees who are going to stick around. But now you're dealing with a workforce that's ready to get up and leave. So how are companies adapting to this?
This is the big fear right now across corporate America. How do we make sure we keep our workforce, given how hard it is to hire right now? So a lot are instituting policies, flexible work policies. Dell does this, for instance. Others, like the ice cream brand Halo Top, for example, they don't even have offices. They say their employees can work from home.
That's one way to solve.
You can solve it that way. Work from co-working spaces, wherever works best for you.
Halo Top is good and lower calorie, by the way.
Just for the record, Halo Top good. No offices, even better.
Chip, so nice to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.